Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ravinia Festival. Please locate the exit nearest your seat. The closest exit may be behind you. Please note that the taking of photographs, including the use of camera phones and the use of audio or video equipment, is strictly prohibited. As a courtesy to the artist and your fellow patrons, please ensure that all mobile phones, pagers, and any item that rings, buzzes, or flashes and has an on-off switch have been silenced. We appreciate your consideration. Thank you for making it a great day at Ravinia.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for being here today. We're so happy to have Matthew Polenzani with us for this masterclass for the Singers program. Before we get started, I just wanted to make an announcement. There's a program change. Kevin Ray, who's listed first in the program, is actually going to sing third today after Shahar. We're going to start with Andrew Haji. Kevin also is not going to sing the Strauss. He's going to sing Wagner. He's going to sing the Winterströme from Die Walküre. So that will be number 3 on the program. And Andrew's going to start with the LISZT Quand, dors. Some of you might have been at the recital last night and heard Matthew sing those, so it'll be interesting to hear another version today. He's a very talented tenor, so we're so happy to have you all here, and I'm so happy to introduce one of the world's greatest tenors and a good friend, a great guy, Matthew Polenzani.
I just wanted to say a couple little things. And I can't tell if there are any of the other vocal kids here, but for the guys who are singing, and hopefully I could hear them when I was standing backstage. Hopefully they can hear me. I like to say a couple things at the top so that they understand that what we're doing here today is just regular work. It's perhaps unfortunate that you're all here. But it's a good thing for them because being in front of people, anytime you can get in front of people, it's important. It makes it a little easier each time you have to step in front of an audience, even if it's an audition or if it's a performance or even just in front of your class or the people who you're studying with. And for you guys who aren't singing today, who are just here listening, and I'll say this to the kids as they come out too, I want to make sure they understand that my opinion is an informed opinion, but my opinion is not the end-all, be-all of vocal art or anything like that. And anytime I'll give a piece of advice, I seriously recommend that you bring it to your voice teacher, the person who knows your voice the best, the person who you trust, the person who you entrust your vocal care to make sure that it lines up with the work you're doing. And feel to take anything that I give you that is useful and use it as much as you can, but throw out the things that you don't think work for you. And there's going to be that too. So anyway, all right, let's bring out, who is it first? Andrew, I think. Yeah. He could have, for those who were there last night, I mean, you could have been there last night doing it. That was, I mean, as I'm standing up there, I'm going, what am I going to say to this guy? There's a lot of really, really great things going on. Beautiful line, beautiful singing, good control, everything that this song needs. I'm going to give you some of the things that I wrote down, a few things just for, you know, just to see. You can try them out. And as I don't know if you could hear me back there, right? I'm going to say it to every one of you guys. What I say to you is it's just my opinion. Please talk to your teacher about it. Make sure that the person who you trust with your voice is in complete agreement. Feel free to throw it away if you don't like it. You know, I mean, it's really important actually, because when you're young and you're studying, it's easy to get impressioned, to take something, and you can actually take something good and make it into a bad thing, or the other way around. So make sure that you're talking this over. All right, let's start it again. Actually, I just want to say I loved the line you started with, and I missed it a little bit in the repeat section. Okay. I mean, it's hard to make "Oh, quand je dors" sound legato for some reason. I don't know why it is. You did it really well. So keep that, and we'll see when we get to the second part if we can try and find that same beautiful line that you were making in the top. Sure. Okay. I'm just going to say, I'm only going to point out something you did really, really well.
Sure.
I know you had that in one breath the first time through, and it didn't happen that time. Man, you did it perfectly. If you had to sing it like that every single time, if you had to take a breath every single time, I would never argue with it, and I wouldn't quibble with it, even if I do it in one breath or somebody else does it in one breath or whatever. Wouldn't quibble with the way you just did it, because you put the breath inside the line. Which, this is just something that's really tough to understand and tough to get, even as an older singer or a younger singer, putting a breath that's inside of it and not losing the legato of the line while you've taken a breath. I mean, massive kudos, man. That's really, really good. That's advanced singing. That's really, really good. I just wanted to stop and say, that's incredibly impressive, really good. I would love to see, your attitude about about what you're saying. Would love to see a little bit more sort of calmness in your body. I mean, a little bit more calmness in your soul right now, and not placid, but I mean, like, this isn't. He's not ruminating. He's hoping. But I mean, would love to see just a little bit more, like calmness about what you're saying. And then as you start talking about how she's becoming a woman, then feeling more, you know what I mean? Yeah. But let's keep going. I only stopped you because I wanted to point out something, especially for these guys, to understand what you just said was, that's really awesome, really good. Okay. Okay, I want to talk to you a little bit about your French.
Yeah, sure.
And this, unfortunately, is one of those things that, depending on the French coach you're talking to, you're going to get different opinions. I definitely hew more towards the singer side of it rather than the spoken side of it when it comes to singing in French. So, sous ma bouche s'entrouvera. I think it's harder than sous ma bouche s'entrouvera. What is the line that you have right before that? Ton haleine me touche. It's harder, and it's not quite as pretty.
Just a nice easy schwa. Yeah.
Really, in sung French, it's really all right. And believe me, like Parisian coaches have told me this. Other Parisian coaches totally disagree. But here's what it comes. For me, what it comes down to is what causes the best vocal sound to come out. In a house, if you say che or che, it's hard to know what one somebody is going to consider to be better French. But vocally, ton haleine me touche has a rounder feeling and a rounder sound. And I think that you could probably try and hew a little bit more towards that roundness, which matches more like with your ah and your o sound. And it'll make the sound of the whole sound of the language in your voice more homogeneous and singular. You know what I mean? Oh, you should try that again just before. Et qu'en passant. Try it again. Ton haleine me touche, et qu'en passant.
Et qu'en passant, ton
on, dude. Come on. Try ton alena ma touche. Just so. Okay. All right. Now come back a little bit from there. Ton alena ma touche. Closer. All right. This is okay. This is good. I mean, there's no way we can fix this right here. All right. But this will be good for you to listen to.
Yeah.
I just think that the sound of tonal, even if you sang tonalena ma touche for a little while to feel the openness of that, and then turned it back closer to the schwa sound of tonale. I mean, usually I would write UH for myself if I'm trying to remember it.
Okay.
If I'm trying to remember, oh yeah, God, this is too close. I need to open this more. You'll see it. I mean, I'm sure it's in my music. Not this one, but the music that I use. I'm sure it's there.
Okay.
Try and get, I think it's just going to make your voice feel rounder, you know, which is only good. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's not quite as closed as you think it is. It's more open.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so I like that a lot better, okay? I just like that a lot better.
Yeah.
All right, that feels, and also somehow it feels a little more French to me in the space of a sung sound, okay? I like that a lot better. You'll hit one and then you'll hear it and you'll be, oh yeah, I know what I was gonna do. And then the next one you'll catch. I think as a singer, it's better. Believe me, people are gonna disagree with that and you're gonna get them and you'll have to make the decision for yourself. Vocally, I think this is a better sound. It's a little less held. You know, I don't think it's an easy way to get, you don't sound held to me. But I mean, like, that sound it's hard to make that sound without a little bit of jaw tension.
That's right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
No, let's just keep going after that. Okay, so I think you can sing this line with a little bit more upset. And he rushed through the introduction to this because we're in the middle of it. For me, those two figures in the bass, da dee dee da da dee, can be louder and a little slower even. You know, I mean that's the gathering storm. You know what I mean? And this is what changes everything for you. You're in this place and you're remembering her, and all of a sudden, you know, then the darkness flows. You know what I mean? There's no reason to do that now but for you when you're playing it, I think those. And it's funny, my music has these little carrot tops over them, and yours doesn't have it. But I think it's important for you to feel where you're going, and it's important for the pianist to understand that the song is taking a new direction. So, sur mon front morne peut-être s'achève à son noir. If you can.
Trying to go back to that.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit. It's in your body. It took a while for me to unlearn it too. But I mean, I just think it's better vocally.
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, good, good. You want to make that double D? Make that double D. It's a great idea. Great idea. And you could say un son with a really good S. Un songe noir. Noir is what that word sounds like, rather than noir. Noir. Un songe noir qui trop longtemps dura. I mean, That's just what it feels like. It's hard to actually say the words almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, don't worry about that. Let's keep going. Okay, a few things about that, and I just can't believe you just did that whole thing in one breath.
Hey, you gotta try it. You gotta try it.
Yeah, you're right. You gotta try it. That's awesome. No way. Can't be. All right. Okay. Que ton regard comme un astre s'élève. Really, try and listen to it when you get. I don't know if you'll get a chance to hear what this sounds like. Try and listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the sound is just more pretty. That's all. It makes the sound of your voice more round and more pretty. Yeah. You want that. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with the other one. The other version is more beautiful, if you can. Rayon. This Y is really important for this word. It's really important. Rayon, rayon. And I would say not too athletic in this part.
Okay.
Not too rhythmy and jolty. Okay. Rayon, I don't think so.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
You can play with it a little bit. You need that Y though. And if you can do it in one breath, dude, that's high five, man. That's awesome and really great. If you can't, then make the breath a real one and spend as long as you can on the low E at the bottom, or the low E flat at the E or E flat, whatever it is, at the bottom. You know what I mean? And let the dream feel like it's dying out. You know what I mean? Okay, we have almost no time left, and I really want to talk. I want to hear the next little section, but try and keep this in your mind. Think of anytime you get when you come to these words. Just try and think of it. All right? Okay. Let's keep going. So we're almost out of time. Yeah. Long line now, long line. Okay, take a chance here and make a tiny, take a chance. Not 50 notes in between. Baiser. A little portamento. Okay. Not an Italian, 50 note, every quarter tone on the way down. Just a couple of notes. Baiser. Okay. Maybe a little more on the top than that's how I like it. But I mean, it makes that word really special.
Yeah. Okay.
That was really nice what you just did there. Try it. Lovely. Now wait. Okay, this one too. Veillera. It doesn't want that. Okay. Really doesn't want that. More like a veil. Doesn't want any athleticism here. Okay. What it wants is something smoother. Yeah. All right? And sudamona. If you can get a little bit more height, that'll help you a little. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. It wasn't bad. I mean, I'm really nitpicking here. I'm looking for this for anything I can say. I know I'm out of time. But let's just do that. Quand je deviens femme, right before Soudan. Yeah. Not so long on the grace note. It can be at least that long. And the first one too. It's really, it's just a suggestion of an emotion.
Yeah.
It's not a shakatura thing. You know what I mean? It's not that. Okay. Oh, and wait for that. There's nothing indicating that you have to go.
Yeah.
All right. And the same thing after oh viens. Comme Petra. Okay.
Yeah.
So just give him right before oh viens. Okay, one last thing here. This word has to be full of every bit of hope and love and want and desire that you can put. And the way to make that happen is, oh, via. And you can risk that. It's not going to sound on French, I promise.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop you because you know what? Dude, you're in control here, right? Mm-hmm. So make sure after you say Petrarch that everything relaxes and you take the air that's required to go all the way to the end until his piano has stopped. Even if you know what I mean? Like you have time, you have that kind of time. So take that kind of time.
Okay.
Comme Petrarch. Release. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not as bad as you think it is. It's not as bad. It's not as bad as you think it is. Believe me. It's not right. It's not as bad as he thinks it is, right? I mean, I think I'm sort of aware of your discomfort. You know what I mean? But I'm a tenor, and I know like how hard it is, okay? I guarantee that most of these people out here are not aware of your discomfort. So relax about that, okay? That's something to play with. And again, this is another one that just wants a little more height. It's a little horizontal, and that makes it hard to spin a soft tone. You know what I mean? Newt, great job, man. Congratulations. Take this and write UH for yourself in each of these little jug and all that. You just practice it like that, okay? Good luck. Beautiful playing. Beautiful playing. Yeah. Fab. Fab. Great. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. First thing, fab. It's a brutally hard song, actually. Especially if, let's consider what the first line says. I have a hot knife in my chest. You know, like, that's tough. That's a tough place to be, I think. Anybody would have a hard time with that. I think, for me, the whole song has to go a little faster. Well, the first section has to go a little faster. Where you ended up, I liked. The key is not allegro or schnell. He writes schnell there. I have allegro in mind, but it's und wild. That is really, you know, that's the wild. It's wild. I mean, like and if you consider what it might actually feel like to have a knife in your chest, and we're talking a figurative knife, I mean, like, you'd be frantic, you know? And I think it needs to have a little bit more franticness to it. It has to be a little, you know, and your body has to be, it's tough. The hard part is, if you're really channeling the emotion of what he's talking about or she's talking about, it's hard for your body to remain in a place where singing is possible. But I mean, I think it's worth exploring, trying to find yourself inside of the words a little more. I'd love to hear some differences between the way you say ove, especially when the ones that are right next to each other. You know what I mean? All right, let's just start at the top and see. Try if you don't mind to risk trying it a little faster. I think it'd be worthwhile. I mean, you know, maybe like 8 ticks on the metronome or something. Anyway, just see where you get and see what happens. I want to say, I just like this a lot better. I don't know if this is okay for you or if it's okay for you. Maybe it's harder for the pianist to make it happen on short notice like that. For me, though, this has much more the feeling that this song has. In the feeling, it feels much more like the words that you're saying, okay? I think you could even risk maybe a tick faster, but I'm happy where you're at right now. And also, frankly, I don't know. I know that now that you've had one out of the way and you feel a little bit better and a little more comfortable, just like your voice sounds a little more grounded right now. And I'm not sure why that, I don't know, I don't think tempo has anything to do with it. I think you're probably just a little more comfortable. But I like the sound of your voice right now. And it's much more grounded and sure, you know what I mean? And part of that, yeah, part of it could be the tempo and part of it is that you're a little more comfortable. But this is better, all right? This is just all around better. Okay, there's no place good to start, unfortunately. How about in jeder Freund, in jeder Lust? Or whatever you like, whatever you like.
I said from the start.
From the start it is. So tief. I think you could afford to double this T, all right? I mean, again, what you're looking for, what we're always looking for, and I see a few faces out here who've heard me talking about this before, so forgive me for repeating myself for those of you who've been here for me in classes. But look, here's the thing. There's a lot of great singers out there, tons of them. Tons of people with voices not as good as yours or better than yours or they're prettier or whatever, all these things. That all exists, right? So what do we have to do as artists in order to surmount whatever shortcomings you could, if you want to say shortcomings we have? Well, there's some things we can do. We can work on our voice, obviously, make it as beautiful as possible. You can make awesome musical decisions. And if you show a real awareness of text and music, then the person who's standing next to you, who might be prettier or have a better voice or a bigger voice or whatever, might not get the nod over you who shows a musical intelligence or whatever, you know what I mean? So I mean, for us, something like so tief, da, 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 you know what I mean? Like that is, little things like that show that you've got an awareness, not just of what you're singing, but of how the words feel, you know? And this will give you a leg up over your competition, you know what I mean? So stuff like that, musical choices like that are important. Let me just hear that little line. In jedem Freude und jeder Lust. Go even further than that, okay? But this I like a lot better, okay? Very easy for me to pull you back from body, awful musical decisions than for me to get you to go into a place where I think that you're in a better spot, okay? Keep stuff like that. Whenever you get ove, zotif, try and do something different. Try and think of what might cause you to have to say it twice. Why do you have to say it 2 times? You know, 1 time wasn't enough. How come? You know, figure it out for yourself. Well, I mean, like it's figuring out the inner monologue, obviously, but he wrote it twice. Brahms thought enough of those words to write it twice. I don't know if it's 2 times in the original poetry or not, but I mean, like, figure out for yourself why it had to come out 2 times and why the second time has to be different from the other. You know what I mean? Okay. Just on the measure of weh und tief. Ach, was ist. Keep going. You don't have to sing the weh und tief unless you want to, but yeah. Great. Yeah, that's a perfect one. Nimmer halte Ruhe, nimmer halte Ra. You know, I mean, like you're crazed. You're crazed right now. The calmness comes a little later. You're almost out of control. You know what I mean? So it has to have this nimmer halt und rast, you know, or is that what it is? Halte rast. Yeah. Sorry, it's not I haven't sung this song, but I mean, like I've fallen in love with it actually. I think it's such a great song. Like I kind of want to do this. It's awful. It's awful. She said it was awful. Well, I think. No, it's true. It's tough. This is one of the hard things when you're trying to channel an emotion that's inside of a song, you know, and if you're really trying to figure out what the words are saying to you in your heart, it can be difficult to sing. And we get this in opera all the time, you know, but it's true in Lied also. So, ach, was ist ein böser Gast? And this is nice how you make this double B. That's awesome. Böser Gast. That's awesome. Yeah, and it doesn't affect the German at all. It makes the German spring to life. Good.
Was ist das für ein böser Gast? Ach, was ist das für ein böser Gast? Nimmer hält Ruhe, nimmer hält Rast. Nicht weil noch wenn schlief. Oh weh, oh weh.
Here's what I think about this Ove out in the middle of nowhere where you just had him describing everything you're feeling in the piano. There's a little bit of resignation inside of this Ove, I think. There's a little bit of, this is me now. This is me. And this is a sad me. This isn't the me that I was before this knife got plunged into before he broke my heart or whatever. Yeah, this is my situation. Oh, ve, in like a 3-second v on ve. Oh, ve. And I think he can, the way, he's got Langsamer right there. So I think you can do it. And he's got Ritenuto right before it. And are you singing that longer version or no? That doesn't matter. Anyway, let's just give her the Nicht Island right before it or something like that. Okay, and I also think you shouldn't risk the straight tone version.
Okay.
Sing it with your regular voice. It's okay. Feel free to disagree with me and throw it away if you don't. I think it's worth the roundness of I think it's worth it, probably. I might go back on myself in a second when I hear it, but yeah. So just one or two before is okay, yeah. Hot, really good. Hot. That's really, really good, this whole little section. You know, he makes these little things going up like that. There's something hopeful in a rising line. Yeah, you know what I mean? There's something hopeful in it. So I'd like this to feel a little bit different also in your body somehow. I'd like it to feel a little bit more, you know, like, can I turn a corner? You know what I mean? Are you able to, can you go around? What your problem is right now? I mean, you want to, as people, we're always looking for hope. You know what I mean? It's not coming, sadly. But I mean, like, this is what kind of makes the song interesting, you know? So I just wanted to feel a little bit different. This, wenn ich im gelben Felder sehe. I wanted to feel a little bit more like you've almost stepped outside of yourself for a second, you know, and you're
Daydreaming?
kind of, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was great, and I see her now.
Yeah, but this, you can show it to me also in your body, you know, I mean, like, you can, I don't know, try it again.
Okay.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, what does it mean? Nice. Nice. Okay, I want to talk to you about something that I couldn't stop you because it was really good. Und höre, klingen, ihr Silben lachen. Oh weh, oh weh. I mean, like, really, we have to come to a place here that's beyond where you were earlier. It's just tough to do, unfortunately. There's nothing we can do about it. This is a song we have. So yeah, no, it's tough to do. You're in a good, again, I'm picking at little things here to try and it's a small amount of little things that's going to make a big change, okay? So I want to hear, let's do wenn ich aus dem Traum aufwahr, this thing right here. And then somehow, maybe the second, oh, again, like how about a little portamento or something? Oh, weh. Then the second one, you know, I mean.
I'm afraid from the portamento because there are so many and I don't know if it's like allowed in this kind of.
Who's in charge of you? She said, no, what she said was she was afraid because she's not sure if it's allowed. And yeah, you know what? We have people who are teaching us not just, you know, like how to sing or a good diction, but I mean like good style. I think here it's worth the risk, all right? And again, feel free to disagree with me and feel free to take, you know, if your teacher says to you, oh, that Polenzani doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, then okay, go with what your teacher says, because you're in an awesome path right now. I like the way you're singing. I like the way you use your words. You're in a great place. So keep going with that. It's just my opinion anyway. Try it and see what you think of it. The second one, I mean, just to make it different. It's hard to say ove, ove. How many times have you know, how many ways have we got? We don't have too many ways. So look, take a small chance. And you know, you're in charge of you. And I mean, Kevin and I did not do every little thing in every exact rhythm last night. We made choices. You know, we had ideas about, like the fourth Ravel song. I mean, he's like, Maddie, you know, I really think we need to kind of take this out of the rhythm that it's written in. I think it needs to be, you know, and so we started working with it. Of course, we ended up loving how it came out, you know. I mean, but like, I have no idea what a music critic or a, you know, somebody who's a Ravel expert might have said. Oh, geez, you know, it's really written like this, and they really should have done like that. Hey, you know what? We are making music, and we did it in the way that we felt honest and brought the most emotional and musical impact. So you can make a choice to try something like this and see how it gets, see where it gets you. Wenn ich aus dem do it for me again. Come on, you can do that for me again. Ove, ove. Like 2 notes in between. Not 30 notes like I was saying with Andrew. It doesn't have to be a big, long bel canto thing. It just has to have the energy of emotion inside of it. And I promise, even if it's just a couple of notes, it'll be enough to change what we think. And I want to hear klingen. Yeah. Okay, one more time, same spot. I know we're out of time. Okay. Okay, last thing I'm going to say to you. This thing, okay, the line she just said is, I just want to lay down in a black, like in a black hole, a black bed, never ever open my eyes again. Okay? I mean, I'm sorry, this is just, yeah, exactly. What? Yeah, you want to die. That's where you're at. So something like, könnt nimmer, die Augen aufmachen, whatever it is. You know what I mean? This is, yeah, man, this is full of great stuff. And also, these words, leg auf der schwarzen Bar, you know, like, yeah. Yeah, it's hard, no doubt. But this is how, okay, this is what turns a nice song into an emotional exhaustion for a listener, you know? Well, you're in an awesome place. Congratulations. Sound beautiful. Keep everything you're doing. It's going great. Yeah. Bravo. You play beautifully, beautifully. Awesome.
leuchtet der Lenz. Auf Linden lebt er leicht und lieblich, wunderliebend sich wiegt. Durch Wald und Auen weht sein Atem, weit geöffnet lacht sein Aug. Aus Silge Vöglein sange süße Tönt, holde Düfte haut aus. Seinem warmen Blut entblühen wonige Blumen, Keim und Spross entspringt seiner Kraft. Mit zarter Waffenzier bezwingt die Welt, Winter und Sturm wischen der starken Wir. Wohl muss den Tapfern streichen die strenge Tüder und weichen, die trotzig und starr uns trennte von ihm. Zu seiner Schwester schwang sich hier die Liebe, lockte den Lenz in unserem Busen, barg sie sich tief, nun lag sie selig dem Licht. Die bräutliche Schwester befreite der Bruder, zertrümmert Licht, was jete getrennt. Jauchend grüß ich das junge Paar, vereint sind Liebe und Lenz.
Awesome. Great job. Glad it's you and not me. Really great. All right, let's just start again at the top. Dude, I would love to see you relax a little bit in your body. All right?
I would love to relax too.
I mean, try, you know, I don't know, shaking your hands. It's gonna take a little time in front of a mirror, looking at yourself, because some of these things that we do as singers just become kind of like a little natural, like we think we think this is me being artistic. You know, this is me when I'm, you know, I mean, but it's ultimately detrimental, you know what I mean? And of course, in this day where we're being counted on to be, you know, Brad Pitt or Angelina Jolie, or, you know, I mean, to be a movie star, actor, as well as using the musculature of a singer, you know, which is not fair, because those two things don't go together. You know what I mean? They really don't. We need the muscles of our body in order to produce the sound that we're doing. And we can't be as lax and whatever inside of our bodies. But for you, I think your sound, I think, will benefit from just a little bit less of this. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, all right, let's start it again and just see where it goes. Feel like, I mean, try and sing it just walking around a little bit. Okay. You know, I mean, it's gonna seem kind of funny for you guys, but I mean, all I'm going for is to sing this repertory, we have to have a lot of steel and core and body in our sound, absolutely. But sound that spins and that's put in the right place because of good vocal technique, and sound that is driven have two different sounds. Yeah. And you make both of those sounds, actually. You made many beautiful sounds just now. And I think this is just one of those things that is going to be kind of a behavior that you're going to work on unlearning as you grow as a singer, as an artist. And I'm sorry, man. I mean, like I'm 47 years old, and I'm still unlearning things.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's just a lifelong process of, really, that's what I'm doing? Oh, man, okay, you know, like, and I get with my teacher, and it's just like, I mean, didn't you talk to me about this like 12 years ago, and are we really still talking about this? I mean, it's like that for us, you know? So, I mean...
we totally fall in love with what we're used to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crutches.
Yeah, absolutely. You feel comfortable somehow, and ultimately that's gonna, it'll be a cross, it'll be a mark against you. You're like, yeah, he can sing it, but I mean, look at him, you know, like he's all scrunched up or whatever. You know, like these are things, and I was just saying it to the woman before, you know, like, again, in order to get to the next level, we need to do all these little things better. You know what I mean? Not just the music, not just the voice, not just the way you look, the way you act. All these things have to be on another level to create separation between the next guy who's as good as you or better than you or not as good as you, better looking, thinner, whatever. All this stuff that we fight against when we're going into these auditions. If you can make all the things that you can control better, you're going to be better. So all right. So try and shake it out a little. Do a little Taylor Swift. Or is that shake it off?
Yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah. I'll shake it, yeah. Okay, now stand still, keep going.
Auf Linden liften leicht und lieblich, wunderwebend sie schwiegt, durch Wald und Tauen weht sein Atem, weit geöffnet lacht sein Auge.
Okay. So, all right, I'm feeling a little better here. And also, I'm enjoying looking at you more, which is, I mean, this is, look, I'm sorry, that's just a part of it. It's really a part of it. And where we're at, the days of just, oh yeah, that sounds good enough, we're going to take him because he can sing it. Those days are over, you know? And now it's all a part of it. Okay, so I just feel like,
More natural,
you know what it is? I think you're in control of what you're doing when I see you look like that. I don't see you look nervous. I don't see you look like all right, I gotta get this G. You know, I don't see that. What I see is somebody who looks like he's in control of what he's doing. All right? This is gonna, I promise you, it's gonna affect your sound in such a positive way. You know? All right? This is really, really great. I don't know where you want to start. No, because I want to get back by that. I want to get back by the G of weit auf Linden. Yeah. Oh no, durch Wald und yeah.
Durch Wald und Tauen weht sein Atem, weit geöffnet lacht sein Auge.
Do it one more time. Are you always going to do it in one breath? You can.
No, I usually don't.
Yeah,
I
okay.
usually breathe there.
All right, do it again, because that was not what you did. No, I like the other one better.
Okay.
That was me, but I think you should feel free to play with it. You know, but it's interesting in one breath if you've got it. You know what I mean? But you have to solve the line then.
Yeah, then the F is not so. It can't really bloom if I don't do the.
Well, what happens is if you're going to do it in one breath, then you have to prepare the G in the bars before. You know what I mean? Yeah, when you say weit sein Atem, you have to be ready for the G on Atem weit gewa. You can do it. You can do it. It might take practice, but if you're if you breathe, then
Atem has to really be up in that spot. Yeah, cool. Durch Wald und Rauen weht sein Atem, weit geöffnet lacht sein Auge. Aus seliger Vöglein sange süßer
keep going. Just relax.
Holde Düfte haucht aus, seinem warmen Blut entblühen wonnige Blumen, Keim und Sprossen springt seiner Kraft.
Okay, good. So look, this is keep with that stuff. All right, until it just becomes so that the only thing that's hard inside of you is the work you're doing to produce your sound. Everything else is as open and wide and as you can get it. All right, now let's talk a little bit about what you're doing here, actually, because these words are really important right here. I mean, and this is Wagner at like his, I mean, is unbelievably expressive, all this stuff right here, you know? And it's a lot of words for him, you know what I mean? So, I mean, like, I think we need to make more of this stuff. And again, I think it's going to help you and help your sound as you know, I mean, like, there's ways to make consonants be a part of a vocal line. You know what I mean? They're just as important. Consonants can actually help your legato if you're using them right. So the G was great, man. That was really, really good. If you want to do that like that, I absolutely buy it. Aus selge Vöglein sang süßer Freund, sie ertönt.
Aus selge Vöglein sang süß ertönt, holde
Nice.
Düfte hauchte aus, seinem warmen Blut.
Do it. Seinen warmen Brust.
Seinen warmen Blut.
You can do more. You can do more. I mean, here it's okay. Seinen warmen Brust. You know, warm, it's a great word. Her warm breast, her warm chest. Yeah.
Seinem warmen Blut entblühen wonnige Brunnen, Keim und Spross entspringt seiner Kraft.
Okay, let's go back. And I said, I was giving you the wrong words anyway. Seinem warmen Blut entblühen wonnige Blumen. Okay. So these are, I mean, these are all things you can chew up. You know what I mean?
Wonnige Blumen, ja.
One more time. Aus selge Vöglein sange.
Aus selge Vöglein sange süß ertönt, holde Düfte haucht aus, seinem warmen Blut entblühen wonnige Blumen,
Awesome.
Keim und Spross entspringt seiner Kraft. Mit zarter Waffenzier bezwingt die Welt, Winter und Sturm wischen der starken Wehr, voll Muster in tapferen Streichen die strenge Tür aufweichen, die trotzig und starr uns trennte von ihm.
Okay, what I'm going to say to you about this, all these lower things, don't worry about how much sound you make down there. You can't make enough sound. Nobody makes enough sound. Vickers didn't make enough sound, okay? In a recording, it's one thing, but in the hall, and I'm sure you could hear Vickers in the hall, I'm certain of it. But the reason you could hear him in the hall is because everything got up on a really high point. And he wasn't making the sound like that. He was making the sound up here. And those words came out with 10 gallons of spit. Okay? I mean, that's just how it was, you know, and that's how it should still be. All right? If you're looking for an example of who's doing that, of this rep the right way, okay, you can't look any further than him. You know what I mean? Like, he was as great as existed. And even his top was never the greatest top. I don't give a crap. It was, I mean, he was just an unbelievably outstanding singer at everything that he did, you know? So all these things, all these lower things, it doesn't have to be in your chest. It has to be in your, not in your nose, but in that spot right above your nose, which is that's where squillo comes from. Squillo is a sound, is what carries sound into a hall, okay? What you make out of your chest and your mouth, all that stuff, that goes nowhere if it's not placed in the speaking part of your voice. And when you're in the bottom of your voice, that's what you need, especially with this kind of orchestra. You're doing a good job of it. I'm just saying that I think that with this on top of a bigger paying attention to what you're saying and saying these words with crisper, not vowels, the other thing, consonants, with crisper consonants, then we're going to get all your words. We're not going to worry because nobody's paying you for your low F or your low D or even your middle C. They don't care about that stuff. What they want to know is E flat and above. You know what I mean? So fine, okay? We don't have to make money. You're not making money down here. But what you can do, well, you know what? What you can do, though, is create text and mood that we can appreciate. All right? So, mit zarten Waffen,
Mit zarter Waffenzier bezwingt die Welt, Winter und Sturm wichen der starken Wehe, voll musste den tapferen streichen die strenge Tiere aufweichen, die trotzig und stark uns trennte.
Okay, so trente. Definitely has to have more height. I think I've gotten only about a quarter of your voice right there, as big as that sound is.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah, yeah.
Tren, it's not trente, but trente. On an F, it's okay.
Yeah.
F sharp, then you got to be careful. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. It can be.
At least I think.
Yeah, no, I
and
agree.
again, get with your teacher on this,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I don't know your voice very well.
Yeah.
But make sure you know about it.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
I think it can be. All right, I liked everything that you did up to that point. I felt those words much
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
You can afford to spit them a little bit more. You can afford to chew the consonants a little bit more down there.
Yeah.
Okay? In that part of your voice, because it's just going to help the sound go out. All right? No good place to start. Winter und Sturm, wichen der starkes Wehr.
Winter und Sturm wichen der starken Wehe, voll musste den tapferen streichen die strenge Tiere aufweichen, die trotzig und stark uns trennte.
Please, please, please do me a favor. Please, please do me a favor. And never let that sound leave you.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah,
Please.
Yeah.
All right? I can't, there's no way I can describe to you the difference.
Yeah.
It's higher, it's more brilliant, it's rounder, it's better.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't ever, 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 ever go back to the other one.
yeah, yeah. It's my old friend.
Okay. Look, listen, we all have them.
Yeah,
I have them. Every one of us have them. Domingo, Pav, Gedda, Franny, Sutherland, we all have them.
Yeah.
That's just the life of a singer.
Yeah.
Don't go back.
Yeah.
All right?
You got it. It's a deal.
All right. Okay. We can keep, I don't know. We're at 2 minutes. Okay. We're not done yet. Hold on. We're not done yet. Okay. Trennte von ihm. All right. Good. I want to hear these long. Good. That's better. Okay, I'm just going to point out to you, what you did, okay, this is much better than that last time. Much better. And you said it for yourself. You were creating a higher spot for your sound to resonate in.
Yeah.
Okay? And this is, it doesn't make I'm telling you, it doesn't make you louder. It just helps your voice carry.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
And that's all you need. Even Hepner, who did this rep for all those 15 years, always said, I'm just a lyric tenor with squealo tendencies or something like that. But it had, I can't remember his exact wording, but he said words just like that.
Yeah.
And you know what it was? It's just that he had placed his voice in such a way that it carried and it cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is what allowed him to sing all that stuff for all those years
Yeah.
so great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we need this. And when what you did this as an in unserem Busen, if it gets too hard and tight, then it won't. Yeah, exactly. You were doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
You were doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to hear that. Oh, I want to hear that again. So let's do in unserem Busen. No complaint. Words. you.
Yeah, please.
We'd just love to have this vowel be a little bit more this way and a little bit less this way. It feels a little trapped.
Yeah.
It feels like it's it feels like it's back.
Yeah.
And I think if you brighten it a little bit, it'll help. And that's going to mean raising the back of your tongue a little. We're getting real technical here. And this is stuff you can work on for yourself. But I mean, it has to be higher and brighter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Again, it's I don't want you to lose the chest resonance.
Yeah.
Somehow, I don't even know how to. I mean, I'd need to work with you for a little while before I figured out the words for that. But and this Yahav, this is a great moment for him right here. You know, I mean, he's talking about this beautiful pair, him and his sister. You know, I mean, that's really what it is. For those of you who don't know, he's with his sister, and they're about to do the dirty. But I mean, anyway, give me Yahav and grüße Sie Stein. No, yow.
Ja. Jauchzen grüß ich das junge Volk.
No, you're better in the other one, but
Yeah, because I went up, and that's not so good.
yeah, that's not so good. And again, it came this way. I don't want it to go this way. I want it to go this way.
Cool.
All right, look, this is too much. It's too much to fix right here,
Yeah.
and especially for somebody whose voice I don't know that well.
Yeah.
But keep with your teacher on it.
Yeah.
Just would like it to feel a little bit more open.
Yeah.
It has to be. We need cover, but you're below the passaggio here. You're on an F, and I think you can afford to let the voice out in this moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's places where you don't want to push it out. You don't want to push it in the bottom. You got a long way to go. We're just at the end of the first act here, or almost the end of the first act. I mean, there's like 4.5 more hours to go, right?
Yeah.
But there's places where you can let your voice be the natural, open sound that God gave you. You know what I mean? And this is one of those moments.
Cool.
Right, dude? Great job.
Hey, nice to
Fabulous. Really great. Fabulous. Beautiful playing, man. Beautiful. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. My name is Tim Renner, and I would like to sing for you all Brahms' Lied Wie rafft ich mich auf in der Nacht.
Wie rafft ich mich auf in der Nacht, und fühlte, mich würde gezogen, Die Gassen verließ ich vom Wächter bewacht, durchwandelte sacht in der Nacht, das Tor mit dem gotischen Der Mühlbach rauschte durch felsigen Schacht, ich lehnte mich über die Brücke, tief unter mir nahm mich der Wogen in Acht, die walten so sacht in der Nacht, doch walten nicht eine zurücke, doch walten nicht eine Es drehte sich oben und zählich entfacht, melodische Wandel täuschend entlegene Ferne, durchs täuschend entlegene Ferne. Ich blickte hinauf in der Nacht, und blickte hinunter, hinunter aufs Neue, und blickte hinunter aufs Neue. Oh, Fee, wie hast du die Tage verbracht? Oh, Fee, wie hast du die Tage verbracht? Nun stille du sacht in der Nacht, im pochenden Herzen die Reue.
Beautiful. What a great song. I didn't know this song. I'm so happy to have made its acquaintance, man. It's great to make your acquaintance too. Fabulous. All right, let's start again at the top. And again, what I was talking about the guy before, the bottom, don't worry so much about the amount of weight that you put in the bottom of your sound. It's okay. You still sound like a baritone. It's a matter of text. It's a matter of it's an emotional quotient that we miss a little bit. It's not served by trying to create more sound. It's better served by attention to text when it's in this part of the voice. You know what I mean? Forgive me. It's amazing. Actually, the level of singing here is insanely great. Actually, it's fun for me to try and figure out the little things that I can figure out that I can see that you're doing wrong. And there's just so little. It made my job a lot harder. All right, let's start again at the top.
Wie rafft ich mich auf in der Nacht.
Okay, so I'm just going to say something about this first line. He says, I have roused myself. I've woken up in the middle of the night. If you can set a tone right here for where you're going, I think you can make the journey feel longer through the whole song by the way you start this. I think you can. I feel like right now you haven't made a choice about whether or not you're still sleepy and you're not sure about it, or you're angry because you've been woken, or you know what I mean. Like I'd like to feel like you made a choice about what happened to you. Why are you up in the middle of the night? You know what happened? Somebody got you up? Did you wake up? Was it a bad dream? You know what I mean? Like, there's reasons why you gotten up. You know, but I don't feel like I understand your reasons. So think about what that is before. You know, it could be. Wie rafft ich mich auf in der Nacht. It could be that, or wie rafft ich mich auf. I can't do it like you can do it because my voice is a higher voice. But do you know what I mean? You can make those choices, and I tell you, it's going to extend the journey that we go on as a listener by having you make a choice like that at the top of the song. But it means that your brain has to be engaged before he plays da da da. You know what I mean? Okay. See what. Play with something. Okay. Think of something and then try it and see what happens.
Wie rafft ich mich auf in der Nacht.
Okay, for me, not that choice. Okay. I'll tell you why. No, I'll just tell you why. I think the choice is valid, and it's easy to laugh. And I'm sorry that I didn't mean to make it sound like that. Not that choice, because where you're going later, you're going to need that. And if you start there, then you've got a problem, because like, where are you going to go? You know what I mean? So you can still be angry, but you know, not this, but it can be like, wie raft ich mich auf in der Nacht. It can be like that, and you can still be quiet in your body, and project the same menace or upset or anger, or you know what I mean. But it can't. I don't think it can be that, because you need that later. You need that feeling later. And if you start there, then you shorten the journey. You know what I mean? Okay, try again.
Wie rafft ich mich auf in der Nacht, und fühlte, mich würde gezogen, fühlte, mich würde gezogen.
Okay. Und fühlte, mich würde gezogen. These little, I mean, like, Brahms went to a lot of trouble, you know what I mean, to make those 16th notes and to make them as jagged as they are, you know, and this feels really jagged right here. So I think it needs more of that. Und fühlte, sorry if I just spit on you. Sorry. Und fühlte, mich, you know what I mean, mich würde gezogen. And this, even though there are rests in there, the line has to feel like that. So it's one of the hardest things to do when singing, is to carry a vocal line over a rest without your voice, okay? But it's a requirement for us when we have long lines and there's no way you can do it in one breath, etc. And sometimes they wrote a rest. But the line is, und fühlte mich würde gezogen. You know what I mean? That's the line. So we have to feel that, all right? Give him just the bar of und fühlte, yeah? Nice.
Die Gassen verließ ich vom Wächter bewacht, durchwandelte sacht in der Nacht.
Okay, so here's what I want. I want to feel like something just changed for you. And he wrote piano in this little moment. Die Gassen verließ ich. He wrote piano there. So go ahead and risk piano or mezzo piano. I know you're in the bottom. It's not really the bottom of your voice. You're in the middle of your voice. So you can afford to risk a little bit less here. Okay. You know what I mean? I think you can, especially after mich würde gezogen. Und this word und has a T in it. I'm missing it somehow. Like it's a flavor thing. If you said und für, people might not argue with you. But here, und würde mich. There, I think it's important, that T. Just will lend itself to the jagged edge of the rhythm. You know what I mean? That's just me. That's one for you there. So let's do that same thing. Okay. Und fühlte mich. This is much better. This line feels longer. All right? You need that.
Und fühlte mich würde gezogen.
Risk.
Gassen verließ ich vom Wächter bewacht, durchwandelte sacht in der Nacht, das Tor mit dem gottischen Bogen.
So risk something like, make a musical choice right here. Gottischen Bogen. He didn't write anything for you there, but why not do something? You know what I mean? Make a musical choice. Show us that your brain is engaged with something other than making a beautiful sound. You know? Again, I mean, I'm going to just say it once more, and I don't know if you could hear me when I said it to everybody else. I'll say it to you too. These little things, man, are going to set you apart from the guy whose voice is more beautiful, or he's better looking, or his voice is bigger, or whatever. We have to do things to help us to go to that next level. And little things like showing that you made a musical decision, dude, make those musical decisions all through the song. And I guarantee you, somebody who understands or knows music which not every auditioner, frankly, does. But I mean, like for the ones who understand music, they're going to hear that you're making music. And they're going to know that your brain is engaged in something other than, oh, look how tall and handsome I am. Oh, do you hear the sound of this voice? Yes, you have to hire me right now. You know, I mean, like this. That's not the image you're projecting. And don't get me wrong. I just want you to understand that those little things will give you an edge over the guy who's standing next to you, whose voice might be better or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you'll run into that your whole until you finished auditioning. And even after, you'll run into it your whole career. So making choices like this is just going to bring you to another level. You know what I mean? What is it? Das Tor mit dem gotischen Bogen. Yeah.
Das Tor mit dem gotischen Bogen.
Okay, I'm just going to tell you something. I like that sound a lot better too. Somehow that sound got more centered. Okay. All right? Am I right about that? That sound got more centered. It got more lined up. Mm-hmm. I mean, just asking you for a dynamic thing helped you. Okay. I don't know. So I'm gonna want to know. I'd love to know why that got better. Actually, right there. Will you just do it for me again? And were you aware of it?
Well, I felt a little bit of a narrowing in a sense, as far as with the breath at the beginning of the long note,
right?
So that it wasn't just,
Dude, then man, keep that then, okay? Keep that. And even when you're trying to make a big sound, it's got to start in that same small spot. Otherwise, I'm talking about squealo with the guy before you. Like, it's not this that makes your voice big. It's this. This is what causes cut. This is what breaks an orchestra. You know what I mean? You don't have to cover an orchestra to be heard all the time if you have squealo. You know what I mean? And this sound was just centered and lined up and tall and firm. It was like it should always be. All right, so don't ever go away from that either. That's easy to say, but I mean, all right, let's keep going anyway because there's more to look at here. Just give him like one beat. Yeah, exactly.
Der Mühlbach rauschte durch felsigen Schacht. Ich lehnte mich über die Brücke. Tief unter mir nahm mich der Wogen die Nacht.
Sorry, I didn't want you to stop. I just wanted you.
Okay,
okay, well, as long as you stopped. Okay. All right. This is interesting. What's this guy considering right here? Where is he? He's looking down over a bridge. Is he thinking of throwing himself off of it? Did somebody throw himself off of it that he knew?
I don't think he knows why he's there.
Okay.
I think he was led, like he says he's Gezogen.
Mm-hmm.
He was led here.
He was driven there, right.
Maybe almost like sleepwalking or something. Just sort of ends up here.
Okay.
And he's like, starts looking around to see what's there.
Okay. I just want to, we're in a different place now. You're here and you don't understand why. Then I want to feel that. You know what I mean? But feeling that doesn't, this isn't telling me a lot. You know what I mean? Except that you're not sure what to do with your hands, that's just singer problem for singers from 18 to 80. Okay, we never know what to do with our hands. They're always in places where we don't know why they're there, because our brains are thinking of something else. We're thinking about singing, we're thinking about music, we're thinking about text, we're thinking about creating mood, all those things. And sometimes the hands do things that we don't understand. All right, but I didn't want that. I just wanted you to let go of that. Let's start at that same spot again. Just on that bar. That was good.
Der Mühlbach rauschte durch felsigen Schacht.
See it.
Ich lehnte mich über die Brücke. Tief unter mir nahm ich der Wogen die Nacht. Die Walten so sacht in der Nacht, doch wallte nicht eine Zurücke.
All right. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say about this, okay? I believe much more that you're standing on the edge of a bridge looking over it and looking for something. I believe it much more right now, okay? I just feel like you are much more inside of that moment, all right? Find that spot, man. Find that spot. This is the difference between singing and communication. all right? Communicating an idea, communicating a text, communicating a situation, communicating a problem, communicating a love, whatever, wherever we are, you know what I mean? There's a difference between making a lovely sound and communicating with the audience, all right? This felt like communication to me, all right? And your hands were at your side, and I believed every second of it. And I felt your unease, and I felt your tension, and I felt like it was part of the song, not like, oh God, am I doing this right? You know what I mean? Okay, that I believed, all right? Do you remember what that felt like? Try and feel, and this also, this last line is really important, what he said right there. And there's no going back. There's no going back. There was no return from where those waves take you. You know what I mean? Brahms was, he loved Clara Schumann, right? They were really close. I'm almost positive about that. And didn't Schumann try to commit suicide? Yeah. He did. Off a bridge. Okay. This is important. This would have been important to Brahms. Would have been really important to him. All right? Don't forget what that just felt like. And think for a second, again, about the fact that there's no going back. Okay? We're not going to go back. We're going to keep going. But I just want you, I wanted you to be aware of that. Be aware of where you are right there. Situationally aware of your communication. You know what I mean? Okay, let's keep going. No, one more time, actually. Now that you know where we are. Like, give him both those bars. Would you mind? Thanks. It helps to the feeling where he's at.
Es drehte sich oben und zählig entfacht, melodische Wandel der Sterne.
Okay, you're in a good place, all right? I'm going to try and help you a little bit more here. Okay. A word like melo, and this is really a closed A sound. Melo instead of mellow, melodische. This is a beautiful word. It's really beautiful. I mean, I find German quite a beautiful language, actually, despite all the and all that sort of things. I like the German language, and words like that are one of the reasons why I love it. Melodische Wander der Sterne. You know, I mean, like this is der Sterne. You know, like these are. Start it again and play in those two bars. See if you can find yourself in a new place right here. You know what I mean? And find a way to love the sound of these words. Okay? One more time, sorry. S, I don't want to hear. I want to hear estre. I don't want to hear I don't want to hear your glottal. We need glottal in some places, but here you don't need it. And also, if you start with the glottal, it means that you didn't start with your breath. You started by clapping your chords together to create sound. And that's ultimately tiring. Like if you do that enough, it'll tire you out. Like a sound that started on the breath will be spinning from the start. Okay? Also, man, if you can, see if there's a way that you can find a slightly, sorry, I know I'm throwing a lot of things at you, so forgive me. See if you can find a slightly higher spot for drehte. I don't know how to get to it, drehte, but somehow it wants to be a little bit more vertical. It wants to be a little bit higher spoken. It feels a little bit back in your throat right now. Okay. And see if you can, I mean, just play with that a little bit while you're working on all the other things I told you. But I mean, but see if you can figure out a way to make that sound, again, you talked about it feeling kind of slender, you know, that other one. I want to feel more like that. That sound that you made on Bogen, I want to hear that sound here, but even if it's on an A vowel. Okay? And start with your breath. Estere instead of estere. You hear the difference between the? Okay.
Es drehte sich oben und zählig entfacht, melodische Wandel der Sterne. Mit ihnen der Mond in beruhigter Pracht
Okay, I'm gonna make you do this page again.
Okay.
Because what I said didn't work just there. Try it again. Let me just see when I'm looking at you. Let me just see what comes to me. I may stop you one more time. Okay. Try and swing from S to re. Try and make the S feel like it's part of re. I like S re to D. And what I'm getting is kind of S re. It's like it's interrupted, or somehow it's not. They're not. I would like to feel like they go from one word flows into the next one. And it's not a legato thing, oddly enough, because I think your legato is okay. It's there's something that's missing there, and I don't know what it is. Oh, one more time. Let me see if I can figure out how to say it. Oh yeah, okay, so I like this a little better where you just were right now. Okay. All right? And did you hear what I was doing with you? Melodisch war ich der Stern. You know, yeah, somehow, God, that's what they feel like. You know what I mean? Last time. All right, this is you're in a better place. I like where you are right now with this. Okay, try it again. I'm sorry.
Es drehte sich oben und zählig entfacht, melodische wandelnde Sterne, mit ihnen der Mond in beruhigter Pracht, sie funkelten sacht in der Nacht, durch täuschend entlegene Ferne, durch täuschend entlegene Ferne.
Yeah, go ahead and make that choice, man. You should always make that choice. Always say something if you can say something. Engage your brain. Get used to engaging your brain so that you're saying something every time, even on the smallest little things. A long tone just sounds like a long tone if it's just sung with no inflection. You know what I mean? Okay, this is a little better where you're at. I'm sorry that I don't have the exact words that I want to say something to you, and I don't know how to say it, and I need more time than we actually have to get there. I like the idea that you're going with, and I feel much better the song text inside your body. Again, for you too, you need, especially in the upper part of your voice, when you breathe, man, you have to breathe like feeling this going up inside of your, you know what I mean? And this is going to help because your voice feels like it's trying to go through and it's getting stuck right here. You know what I mean? And this dome is a really important thing in the back of your throat. You know what I mean? This is what allows sound to bloom. You have it sometimes, you don't have it other times. And you know, that's just part and parcel of being a young singer. And I mean, I still work on this all the time. So I mean, it's just one of those things. Because when you make the beautiful, it's really easy to tell the really beautiful sound from the sound that doesn't have the same, you know what I mean? For me, I can hear really easily the difference between the sound that you made that was like, oh yeah, please make that sound every time. And the sound is like, okay, this is okay, but he can do it better. Okay. Let's keep going, because there's one other thing I wanted to say, and we're not there yet. How am I doing? Oh, yeah, wow, jeez. Okay, hold on. Let's skip up then a little bit to, no, let's keep going from where we're. Ich blickte hinauf in der Nacht.
Ich blickte hinauf in der Nacht, und blickte hinunter aufs Neue, und blickte hinunter aufs Neue. Sophia, wie hast du die Tage
I bought all that so much better than I did the first time. I don't know where you were inside of what you were doing just now. And I don't think it's because I'm standing next to you, actually. I mean, I really, really felt much better about what you're doing right here. I mean, did that feel different to you from the first time? There was just an implacability in it that I felt, I don't know, if you feel much better centered right now for some reason, you know? And
I'm a little less nervous now.
I'm sure. Try and figure out how to find that guy at the top. Understand, man, and this is something that I say this, and I wanted to say it to everybody, but I'll say it to you just now anyways. Whatever you do right here, and whenever you go in an audition, or wherever you go for a concert or whatever, once you've realized that whatever you're going to do is as great as it's going to be, or as bad as it's going to be, or whatever, you can let go of wondering if it's going to be good or bad. It's just going to be what it is. You've done good work to prepare yourself. You've taken voice lessons, you've gotten coachings, you work with great pianists, you do a lot of things like this that are preparing you for the moment that you're in. Trust those things, okay? And know that there's nothing wrong with being nervous. I get nervous all the time. I mean, like, I'm 47, I'm still getting nervous, you know what I mean? And I'm sure I'll continue to get nervous for the rest of my career. And there's nothing wrong with that. But understanding that what you're going to do, how you're going to sing, how you're going to feel, great, bad, whatever, how they react to you, that stuff is just going to be what it's going to be, and you're not going to be able to change it. So relax and do exactly what you know you can do in the way you know you can do it. Making musical decisions, to use a beautiful voice that God gave you, to use the sound that you've got inside of you in the way that your body physiologically is intended to do it. You've got the tools to make beautiful sounds. You've got the tools and you have the brain to make good choices. I'm watching you making good choices now, and I didn't notice it the first time, you know, and I love that. Don't let yourself go out without making a musical choice. Understand that you're going to do something that's going to separate you from everybody else. Avant de quitter ces lieux. Fine, you're going to sing that, and the next 30 baritones behind you are going to sing it, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, fine. Then find something that's going to put you outside of what everybody else is doing in a way that separates you from everyone else in a positive way. You know what I mean? Come on, keep going where you're at. You're doing a great job. Fabulous. Really fabulous. Congrats, man. Beautiful playing.
Non trovo e non ho da far guerra e temo e spero ed ardo e sono un ghiaccio e tutto il mare
Awesome job, man. That's awesome. Very difficult for me to describe to you how unbelievably hard this song is. You made it seem so easy. I mean, it's just one of the brutes of song literature. It's a brute. Awesome. Okay, let's go back in the beginning. Dude, don't completely dispense with the rhythm. I know it's recit, but try and get close to it because there's a sense to it. It actually makes a little bit better sense in the rhythm that he wrote than the rhythm that you sang it with. You know what I mean? E non ho da far guerra, e temo, e spero, ed ardo, e sono un ghiaccio. I mean, try and keep that rhythm a little bit more alive. It's not quite a plain recit like you would find, and this is more like if it was going to be set in an opera, guarantee you this is orchestral. It's not going to be with a harpsichord. You know what I mean? So this has to be a little bit. You have to be closer to the rhythm here, I think. All right, you can just give them da dee 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 dee. Okay, so look. Pace non trovo. Needs like 45 R's. Trovo. All right? This is, I cannot find peace. I cannot find peace. This is important. And actually, Liszt wrote for you, declamato. So this has to be pace non trovo. Da-dee-dee-dee-dee. He makes the comment. E non ho da far guerra. You know what I mean? It has to be. Now try it again. Declamato.
Pace non
I was giving it here.
Pace non trovo. E non ho da far guerra.
Okay, sorry, I'm just going to stop you because I know I can't stop because we're way over time. I'm going to stop you anyway. E non ho da far guerra. I can't make war. I don't know. What am I doing? Where am I? That's the feeling of that moment. So if you go, e non ho da far guerra, it doesn't give the sense of what you just said. E non ho da far guerra. I mean, like, it's almost like the words, they don't want to come out because you don't even know what you're going to say, and then those words pour out of you, and you hear it, and you're like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? It's try and hew a little closer to what he wrote, if you can.
Pace non trovo. E non ho da far guerra.
Okay, okay.
E temo, e spero.
No, not spero, but spero. It's not the. You don't want the portamento to last as long as that. It wants to be shorter. E temo, e spero. It has to be like that kind of quick. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it's e spero, and we're not even sure which note you were really singing.
Okay.
E temo,
E temo,
e spero. Good. E dardo.
e dardo, e sono un ghiaccio.
Awesome, awesome.
E vola sopra il cielo, e giaccio in terra.
Okay, so for me, this is a little too, I'm going to use this word, and please, I'm sorry for it, but schlocky. Okay, there's a little too much sliding around. And believe me, I'm all for romantic, and like I push my pianists always for rhythmic things that might be out of style, you know what I mean? But for me, I think this e volo sopra il cielo e giaccio, because you got a double C there, which is important. It's hard to make a portamento over a double C. E volo sopra il cielo. You're saying something else. E vola sopra. I don't know what you're saying, but just look at it. Dum da dum 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 dum.
E vola sopra il cielo e giaccio in terra.
Okay. look, if you have a good A like that, man, do me a favor. Don't run away, all right? Don't run away. May as well use it. E tutto il mondo abbraccio. In the double C, it's really tough to make a portamento over it. It doesn't sound Italian. That's the problem. It just doesn't sound Italian. You know what I mean?
And I'm doing like 1 C, kind of just not in
Sort of, but with the portamento over it, it doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. It just doesn't work. It doesn't, and I can't tell you why. All right, let me hear the, I'm going to make you do it again. E nulla stringo.
E nulla stringo, e tutto il mondo abbraccio.
Okay, so just for me, all right, it's good what you just did, okay? And you can play with that a little bit. This is better with this double C. I like it without the portamento better, all right? But it still has to feel like braccio instead of braccio, which is what it feels like right now. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Just listen to Pav, all right? Just listen to his technique if you can. But that's important. But your technique should be your own thing. Listen to the way he says the words. Listen to how he treats the words. If you're singing a French part, listen to a French guy or Geda. If you're listening to a German part, then get Wunderlich if you can. You know what I mean? If you're listening to an Italian part, then get an Italian singer. Just figure out how they say the words, how they feel, how what they put into it as an Italian speaker is going to be more than we can as English speakers. You know what I mean? All right, I'm just trying to help you with flavor of Italian. That's all. All right, you played the entrance beautifully. You can give him just a bar and a half or whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's really hot. I can just say about this, I mean, these songs, if we made him leave the stage and just let him play, it would be enough. I mean, they're that kind of great pianistically. They're that kind of great, you know. The voice adds another element to it, but I mean, they're that kind of awesome, that kind of difficult, and he played it great, so, yeah. So, where are you right now in terms of your dynamic range? Like, what was that? Talma in prigione. Is that like as much as you can give, or you can give more?
A little more, but not.
You can give, okay.
Mezzo forte to forte-ish.
Good. Like no more than that, man. It'll make them easier. All right, we don't need everything right here. There's lots of song to go. You know what I mean? And here, you're just commenting on your situation, right? Yeah, you're explaining yourself to Laura, right? And you haven't even reached the stuff that's really bugging you, you know? So yeah, this should be maximum mezzo forte, just your natural open sound and no more than that, okay? There's so much more to go, and you'll find yourself being less tired at the end if you've just been as easy and natural with your singing right here at the top. Oh, I love the sound you just made though, and I liked it better up close than I did when I was over there. And I know it's the second time through, you're less nervous, we're just working and everything's cool. But I mean, like, try and keep this really nice. It was really good, that sound you were just making right now. So I just wanted to hear a little less of it. I felt like you were pushing on it just a little bit and you didn't need to. Not here. Later on we need that, okay? Okay, at the risk of making you work on high notes in front of, and this isn't really especially a high note, but in front of people it's a little different thing. But if you can prepare ma pre on the low G, if you're aware on the low G flat to the high G flat, che non ma pre, make that space before you get there, And that G flat will sail. It's G flat, right? Is that where we're at? A flat? The A flat. That A flat will sail. Okay, even more. It'll sail out a lot easier. Okay? Prepare it before you get there so that you're ready for it. If you're trying to make the space when you're in the note, then it's almost like it's too late. And even though the sound you made is fine, I think it'd be a better sound. Okay? Sorry. By the way, look, since you're not saying a lot right here, by the way, the melody's not saying a lot, and you're not saying a lot, you know, especially with with the way you're singing. You have to say a lot with the words. You know, tal mein prigion che non m'apre. You know, I mean, like, it has to. You have to say more. Make the R's of prigion important. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Okay. Tal mein prigion che non m'apre serra. Okay. This is closer. I know that. I'm sure you were. I imagine you weren't perfectly pleased with the way that was. But look, this is closer to a connected sound, which is what I'm going for. Yeah. I want the sound of your chest voice and your head voice to connect a little bit better. And this I got better. I'm not going to make you do it again because that's something for a practice room or with your teacher or whatever. Ne serra. Serra doesn't exist. Not in the music and not in Italian. Okay? What is the actual rhythm? I forgot what it was. Yeah, ne serra. Okay? Let's keep going though. Yeah, you're right. Per suo ritiene. Per suo mi ritiene. Nice. E non mangi d'amor. Okay, so I'm going to stop you. As long as it's e non mangi d'amor. But look, here's something kind of cool about he's got this triplet here. So let's make something out of it. E non mangi d'amor. I mean, make something out of it. You know, make a little. The rhythm is not quite enough to say. You can say more. Yeah. All right. Non. Ma. Not e. Non mangi d'amor. Non mi Okay, I'm going to ask you for something, man, because you can do it. I mean, you have these notes, so all this stuff is possible for you. I don't even want to live. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Man, you can do it. I can see you've got the possibility. So do something cool with it. E non mi spero. E non mi spero. Ne mi vuol vivo. I buy that every day. Buy it every day. Ne mi tradi paccio. Okay, don't do that though. Come on. Paccio doesn't exist, man. Ne mi trae d'impaccio. Or paccio. If you want to have the tiniest little thing there, you can. But paccio doesn't exist. All right? That I'll take that every time. Don't ever do that different than that. That was really hot and good. Okay? Really good. All right. Da 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 da.
Benché ciò
I think what he wrote here is nicer than what you're doing.
Okay.
No, it's just not it's not, he's singing the right rhythm and you're singing the right notes, but you're putting the words in the wrong place. Eke joita. He wrote joita. I know we're there, gosh. I mean, okay. Eke joita. It sounds more Italian. Mm-hmm. All right?
Yeah.
And that's how we wrote it. They're all in one thing, okay? We have to keep going because, man, I can't believe we're out of time already. That song is too long. That's the problem. All right. So, okay, let's keep going, yeah. Okay, I'm not going to make you do it again, but the breath you took before did not serve you at all. Let me show you what I just saw. Mm-hmm. Okay? Useless. And you still made a great sound, even with that breath. Doesn't help you, but helps you, okay? All right, I'm not going to make you do it again. And I think you may find it easier to do amo altrui, which is what he wrote. And I promise it's going to sound more Italian. Amo altrui it's not as good. I can't even tell you why. It's just not as good. Amo altrui. Mm-hmm. All right? But fix the breath before, man. The breath before is going to make it even better. It's going to help you ground. It's going to ground your sound, number one. And when you lift the palate to make those you're going to find that spot much quicker, you know? Okay, hold on. Let's go up to egualmente mi spiace morte, because I want to talk about the D flat a little. Okay, all right. So, man, make the breath that I just asked you for. Okay, yeah, not the. That I don't know what that is. I think sometimes I even do that actually, but I would say that breath serves you less. The open breath that opens your chest and opens your back, that's the one that's going to help you. And also, then A will sound, it sounds a little this way right now. Egualmente is kind of more what I'm going for. Mm-hmm. All right? But open your chest and open your upper palate when you take that breath. Okay? Give them the couple before again, yeah, like that. I'm going to ask you for this too. Sorry. Okay. Give me agualmente. Give me agualmente. Just for giggles. Agualmente. Okay, now give me equalmente, not a, but equalmente. Okay, don't ever make any other sound but that one for a, all right? That's the sound that you want to make. The other one is kind of this way. It's igualmente, and it's not as pretty. That sound is pretty. That's the sound I want, okay? Mm-hmm. And you will help yourself if you breathe. You will help yourself by that breathing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Now you're still kind of, and this is going to be a habit you're going to have to break. But tell your teacher to look for this in you, okay? So that you can find this. Man, I tell you, it's going to change the way you sing. All right? One more time anyway. Chest, man. Lift your palate when you sing. Breathe into that space. good work here, okay? This is really hard, what I'm trying to get you to do. It's really hard to make a shift like that. I'm trying to get you to do something tough, and you're doing a really good job of it. There's a couple things that's going to help you here. This questo sta. These notes are important, and you run past them without showing it to us. In questo stato. Those things say a lot about your mental condition in this moment in the song. You know what I mean? Don't pass them by. Give me in questo stato. No, give him the one before, all right? Start the breath.
In questo stato son donna per voi.
Something different now.
In
Good.
questo stato.
Something different now.
In questo stato son per voi.
Relax. Relax. Okay, now you can breathe.
In questo stato.
Really good. That's really good.
Son per voi.
Yeah, good. Only O now. Only O. Only O. Only O. Yeah. Really, really good. Really good. Keep looking for this. Look for this height. It just makes your voice more beautiful. And if you breathe that way, you're going to find those places much quicker. Your voice is all of a sudden, you should hear the difference between the top and the bottom of your voice. Okay? I don't want you to haul more chest voice into the top, but you can find ways to access the resonance of your chest without causing the muscles of the chest voice to be in that part of your voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This kind of breathing is going to help you. Man, fabulous, man. Really, really great. Really great. Dude, you're a beautiful, beautiful player. Thank you. I'm sorry. I know this was much longer than it should have been. Oh, sorry about that. Thanks. You should have, are they still out here? Are they here? No, okay. All right. Thank you. Thanks.